No kings, no masters, just big money energy. An article on rage, reckoning, and the reclaiming of the American dream, one sovereign dollar at a time. Some Americans are wrapping themselves in red, white, and blue, and accessorizing with little red hats. I'm wrapping myself in my rage. Not performative rage, not fleeting, and not just another swipe through story. I'm talking about rage with a backbone. Rage that feels holy. Rage that refuses to look away. Rage as a sacred response to the injustices I'm seeing. Because today is also the 250th birthday of the U.S. Army, the birthday of a felon currently occupying the highest office in the land, and what I hope will forever be known as No King's Day, a line in the sand, a declaration of independent thought, and a full-body refusal to kneel before empire. I grew up in Alaska, far from the capital and far from any myth of mainstream America. There were no fireworks for the 4th. You can't light up the sky when the sun never sets. The 4th was family, food, quiet joy, not performative patriotism. But still, I remember that small thrill, that flicker of pride, that belief that maybe, just maybe, this country was built on something noble. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, the separation of church and state, a government by the people, for the people. I believed that once. I don't anymore. The most recent election forced me to confront some brutal truths. We had a chance to elect a qualified, hell, an overqualified Black woman to lead us, a constitutional scholar, a seasoned public servant, someone whose very presence would have signaled to the world a new era has begun. And instead, we handed the mic, the office, and the nuclear codes to a man whose claim to fame was scripted drama and several sexual assault allegations. A walking warning label, a reality star turned national nightmare and global joke. Again. Not only did he incite an insurrection in 2020, he has since pardoned the very traitors who stormed our Capitol. And this week, he stomped all over states' rights, seizing control of the California National Guard to suppress protests. This gaslighting, it's generational. The cruelty is being coded into our very systems, and every day we are being asked to normalize the unacceptable. And I won't. This isn't democracy. It is dictatorship in a red tie. And here's the part that still gets me. I knew one day I would write about the difference between big dick energy and big money energy. I thought it would be cheeky, clever, a little spicy, a whole lot of fun, maybe a little flirtatious. I did not know I'd be writing it in a Lilith-sized rage on a day when fascism parades down Pennsylvania Avenue and women, children, queer folk, and communities of color are under direct attack. I thought we'd laugh, and instead I'm roaring. Because big dick energy is insecure power. It stomps, it shouts, it suppresses. It confuses domination with leadership. It trades wisdom for bravado. It commands because it's never been invited. It's the desperate flex of someone who has never been told no. A man so fragile, he has to criminalize dissent in order to feel strong. Meanwhile, big money energy is power with depth. It is strategic, intentional, generative. It's a quiet power. It's a sacred power. And it's sovereign as fuck. It doesn't just make money, it makes impact. It doesn't posture or parade, it provides, it protects. It builds businesses that fund liberation and not oppression. It invests in diversity, equity, and inclusion. It funds movements, nourishes community, and throws dinner parties where we plot liberation over wine and spreadsheets. It's money made with purpose, held with reverence, and moved with soul. Big money energy is not afraid to be generous, to be strategic, to be seen. It's the kind of power we need now more than ever. And it's not just a vibe. It's a weapon of mass reconstruction. And let me be clear. I'm not interested in being American if it means abandoning compassion to protect or comfort. I don't care how many flags you wave. If you support policies that harm our most vulnerable, if your faith demands my silence, if your patriotism ends at your front door, then we don't stand for the same things. I want a country worthy of its people. And until then, I will build my own. Client by client, dollar by dollar, policy by policy, and prayer by prayer. You want to make a difference? Make a fuck ton of money and make it count. Fund abortion access. Hire brilliant, diverse voices and pay them well. Build equity into your pricing and your payroll. Create trauma-informed companies that honor humanity. Divest from oppression. Invest in joy. Turn your profits into protest and your business into a blueprint. This is what sovereign profits looks like. And look, I know, it's tempting to check out, to scroll past, to tell yourself you'll care later. But what if your business is your resistance? What if your receipts are divine documentation of rebellion? What if your ability to receive is the very thing that breaks the cycle? Because capitalism isn't going away. But what we fund within it, that's ours to choose. I will keep showing up with my smart-ass mouth, with my spreadsheets of sedition, with my team of sacred rebels, with my nervous system regulated rage, with my joy, with my grief, and with my big money energy. Because America wasn't supposed to be a kingdom, and I refuse to live like a subject. Some questions for you. What does freedom mean to you beyond slogans and schoolhouse rock? Where are you still trading comfort for compliance? Where are you afraid to wield your voice, your money, and your rage? What would shift if you trusted your power instead of shrinking from it? Who will benefit when you decide to rise? Postscript. There are no kings here in Shayna's world, no crowns, no masters, just sovereign beings, building empires of empathy, throwing parades for each other, funding revolutions in real time. Profit is protest, big money energy is the uprising, and no King's Day is a holy beginning.